Guys, real quick before we begin, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. Please do it. Helps the channel. The more likes we get, the better. The more comments we get, the better. That's huge. Even if it's just an emoji, I don't care. I'm not going to explain how a black market works, okay? I'm not going to do that because other videos explain how a black market works. I'm going to explain some complicated dynamics that contribute to the formation of very, very large black markets. And this is what I learned in prison about how institutional inadequacies create black markets, how a society that doesn't operate fucking properly creates a need for black markets. Okay, so getting medical supplies in prison, right? It's easier to buy using canteen items, stolen medical items, or otherwise procured medical items through call-outs and stuff. You have people that are not sick that write call-outs, and then they go to these medical shit and they get a bunch of medical supplies so they can sell them, right? Now, why do they do that? Well, because it's profitable, right? And it's actually easier to bring the shit back to the dorm and to sell it to whoever needs it. And there's people that really make a hustle out of stealing things from medical, getting things from medical, you know, and what that does is it actually clogs up legitimate, like, medical sick calls in prison and stuff, which exacerbates the problem further and further makes it easier for me to buy medical supplies from somebody in the dorm rather than put out a sick call that takes 3 days, you know. So things like, even things like ibuprofen, which you're supposed to get in the officer station, you know, it's easier for me to just buy it off another inmate than it is for me to go up to the officer station, sit there at the bubble, wait 30 minutes to try to get the officer's attention, and probably get a DR for, like, being in the vestibule, which is like the kind of the man trap area next to the bubble where the officer sits. And so again, like, why annoy the crap out of the officers for an ibuprofen when I could just find somebody with a big stockpile of ibuprofen and buy it from them from a soup? It's actually, there's a lot less friction. You know, I'd rather just give somebody a soup and trade it for an ibuprofen or 2 packs of ibuprofen, or, you know, really a soup goes for like two little packs of ibuprofen. Usually that's considered an okay deal, especially if you're in pain, you know, you just need something fast. You know, fuck a soup, you'd rather have ibuprofen, get that headache to go away. So I want to talk about New York City black markets, right? Because right now we have a situation in New York where it makes more sense to buy from a black market than it does to go to the actual store. So I'm going to tell you how this happened, right? So they have this relaxed stance on crime. Stealing things from stores got so bad in New York that they put things behind glass. And the things that are behind the glass are super expensive anyway, because the stealing and the theft brings up the price of the things. And things are already expensive in New York, but when you factor in people stealing, it makes things even more expensive. So the stores also are putting all their merchandise behind freaking glass, okay? Why is this important? Well, what's actually happening is the thieves that are still able to steal stuff, they'll steal stuff at one side of town, they'll drive to another side of town, and then they'll lay out their carpet or whatever that has all the merchandise on it. They'll start their own store of stolen goods, and this store will be more efficient than the actual grocery store. Isn't that crazy? Because you don't have to walk into the store, you don't have to do anything but hand them the money and then they hand you the goods. And it's cheaper than the grocery store because the shit has been stolen from the grocery store. Now, here's an example of a problem created by criminals and then a solution being sold by criminals, right? So create the problem, sell the solution, and it's simply easier to sell stolen merchandise. You had no mill cost, you didn't have to manufacture it, you didn't have to ship it, you didn't have to do anything. So it's easier to sell stolen goods than it is to sell goods that you had to get yourself, right? And this is easy to see. Anybody knows this. And so, yeah, obviously a black market can run much more efficiently than the legitimate market, right? And so you have to make sure you don't create conditions where the black market is more efficient than the real market. And those are conditions that exist right now in parts of Los Angeles and definitely in big parts of New York. So, and this is happening right now. There's other videos that show this. This is why you have to lock up lock up people that are stealing things, you know. And it's not because I want to see people in cages and shit, you know, having spent a lot of time in a cage myself, you know. It's just that in order to have a functional society, you cannot have thieves running around everywhere stealing shit, you know. It has a tangible impact on the quality of the society. Businesses don't want to invest if all their shit's going to get stolen, okay? People don't want to live in a place where the grocery prices are super high and all the stores are shutting down. Like, this has huge impacts. Like, you just think, oh, it's no big deal, I'm just stealing from a store. And it's like, people don't even realize the massive impacts that this shit has, okay? The quality of life goes down, the amount of houses getting built goes down. I mean, the second order effects of people just stealing a couple things from the store, the second order effects are massive. The huge effects that it has on the entire society. People have less children and everything, like for real, like fewer children are born and all kinds of shit because it lowers the overall quality of life. It raises the cost of living. It's bad. People have no idea like just how much you fuck up the economy of an entire society when we create a low trust society where a bunch of people are fucking stealing shit all the time. It's not a society. It's not a good society. It's very bad for all of society. And the second order effects of it are huge. You're actually hurting yourself every time you steal from a store, and you just don't even realize it. We're just hurting a big corporation. It's like local people work at that corporation, okay? And then people own shares in this corporation. So you have people out here with like 401ks and stuff. Guess what? If you're a shareholder of this business, even if it's a national chain, well, guess what happens if all the stores are closing down? Because people are stealing from this national chain, right? So you're hurting people's 401ks. I mean, there's like a million fucking people you're hurting when you do this shit. And you think it's just harmless. You think it's just a victimless crime. You're just hurting some big corporation. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. You know, the people lose their jobs because the fucking store gets shut down. The old people out here, 401k retirement accounts, their 401k loses value because all these stores that they probably own stock in are getting shut down. I mean, you fuck the whole society up. I mean, there's so many second order effects. You know, you lower business investment interest in the area. Yeah, they start saying it's a high crime area, so they don't want to start new businesses here. They don't want to build houses there because they say, okay, this is a high crime area, there's no stores. They don't want to build houses in an area where there's no stores. So again, this amount of second order effects from your actions, and this is one of the main fucking things that annoys me about stupid people, bro. Your actions have consequences that affect other fucking people. Okay? The stupid shit you do affects other people, and that's what people fail to realize so often, you know. And that's the thing about these black markets and these stealing and these underground sort of theft rings and stuff like that. You know, the cost of living is high. Well, yeah, it's fucking high because you're stealing stuff. And it's not going to go down. It's only going to increase because, again, you're limiting the supply these businesses have. These are businesses. They have to make a fucking profit in order for them to exist. And so they're going to raise the prices. And if you're too dumb to realize that, then I'm sorry. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. Jordan Jareb signing off. Catch you on the next one.